is Yang. I work as a multidisciplinary artist, mainly in set design and in installation work. So the director told me that today I'll be speaking with an aspiring young artist.
Hi, my name is Wei Tai. I'm currently an undergraduate. I really like to draw, so I'm an aspiring illustrator. I want to pursue arts in the future, potentially, one day. I started out drawing as a kid. I started becoming a bit more serious and exploring it a bit more passionately at 18 or 19. I do a lot of illustration. Actually, it's mainly illustration, but recently I've been moving more towards creating more whimsical and fun characters. I would like to pursue art as a career, but realistically, I think I'm a bit ambivalent about wanting to do it full-time. I think some of the problems that I would face first and foremost would be how I feel about my craft. I think it takes a lot to be confident enough in what you do and your own style, and when people see your work, they can tell that it's done by you. I think my biggest setback would be myself in some way, because I don't give myself credit for what I do enough. When it comes to the work that I do, I'm never really satisfied with what I do most of the time.
Will being able to talk to an established multidisciplinary artist help you in your journey?
I think yes, it would. It would definitely help. Yep.
Can you remove the divider behind you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet
Wei
you.
Tai.
Nice to meet you. I'm Yang.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi, my name is Yang, and I work as a multidisciplinary artist. So the whole time when you were sharing, I was actually listening on the other side. Honestly, they are very real stuff that you shared. So it was very nice to be able to relate. Yeah, I started out freelancing, and then now I run my own company, and I hire my team on project basis. So in that sense, I'm the only full-timer, right? It's both a privilege and also sometimes a burden that what you love, your true passion is also your career. And to me, the bigger thing is that it's really a way of life. Like creativity and art is a way of life for me.
I think we are at different stages of our artistic career, if you put it that way. Right now, I'm doing a lot of things for myself. Apart from building that body of work, at the same time, it's me. It's very me. I'm not controlled by anyone dictating what I have to do. Whereas for you, I would assume that you would have a lot more commercial work because you need to pay the bills, you're doing it full-time, right? How much of that work that you create commercially would you say is like truly you?
Yeah, I think the question you just asked is something that is not exclusive to you and I. If anything, a lot of creatives, veterans and so, they are struggling with that. I think what I can share is that I see it as a collaboration when I do commercial work. They feel good knowing that they are working with a creative that is in partnership with them to get to their vision together. The vulnerability needs to match up. If I keep being nicer and they are not getting it, I'm just getting bullied. But if I feel like, they are not reciprocating or they're not understanding where I'm coming from, that these are certain timeline issues, certain professionalism part, then I will be very clear. I'm not like smiley face emojis all the way.
Okay.
And of course, I know very clearly, after some years or so, that I know which are the parts I'm okay to let go. And which are the parts I know it's, you hired me for a reason. I'm here to give birth to the concept.
Yeah.
But certain things, I'm very okay with let the clients take the rein on it. Because
So it's a give and take.
trusting them, that they know their consumers best.
Yeah.
It really helps also that my focus is on long-term clients.
Okay, so that's okay.
Just having a good few ones, stay in your bubble, right? And then these few good ones, go the extra mile for these people. And the word of mouth from there is powerful. Then once in a while, I get some cold call clients, new people that I've never worked with, then I have to go and test water. If certain things I'm uncomfortable with, I voice out. And if they don't take it well, then I can't keep being nice, is in that sense,
Nice, right?
Especially, I think it's even more so for freelancers because we are so in control of our own career that we burn bridges is very scary, right? Because like, oh, Singapore's so small. The moment we burn bridges or we offend someone, I'll never get a job again.
Yeah, correct.
So that comes from a scarcity mindset. We're thinking that there's only that one person. And that one person will spread like
I like
COVID.
that concept. I like that concept because I think to talk about Singapore being small, our mindset is a mindset of scarcity, not abundance.
Exactly.
I don't really like that, but sometimes I fall prey to that. I think that person getting that job equates to me not getting that job. I don't want to think like that. I want to think that everyone, if you do well, that means I can do well too, and we can all like thrive.
Exactly.
But it's not that easy.
No, it's not that easy. No,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful place to start. Like you said, right? A place of abundance. Because when we come from a place of scarcity, anything we do is out of fear. It's because I scared I cannot get another job.
That's right.
I scared I cannot. Instead of let's raise each other up together. The world is big out there. We have social media. If we think of just trying to make it in Singapore, it's not that hard. Singapore is very small, right? Big fish, small pond. Do I have a style? Maybe. But I hope I am not too. If I do have a style, I hope I'm not too rooted in it yet.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think I'm still very young in my career.
Right.
I think it will be too soon to box myself up.
I agree with that.
Because at some point, it's going to be difficult to change its signature.
Right.
Because you start getting paid and start getting valued for this. And then what if you get bored?
Yeah, that's a very big concern.
Right?
Yeah.
So just keep trying. I believe in keep trying, keep exploring. And in that, I realize I don't know exactly what's my style, but I know what's not my style.
That's important.
That's super important. And that will not come without trying.
So across the circuit breaker, I was very stressed, right? Because everyone's at home and there was this competition. Like again, the scarcity thing, right? So everyone's like doing a lot of things. It's like, I'm posting every single day. I have so many
30-day
jobs. 30-day
challenge, join this.
Yeah, and then whereas for me, I felt like I had to take a step back because it was stress already. And like you said, I felt like, okay, what's going on? Why am I feeling like I'm losing out? So I stopped creating for quite a period of time just to relax or do something else. So for you, I guess at some point when you feel really exhausted, do you give yourself a break and say, maybe I don't have to chase that paycheck for now?
But what I would like to say is that remember the last time you feel good, and that will tide you through those times. And that's why if we love what we do, we want to do it for a long time. If we want to do it for a long time, we need to take care. You need to take care of the artist like kid inside you. That there are times, right, you just want to have fun. Sometimes the kid doesn't even want to do anything that has to do with art. Like, I don't want it to burn like short and fast, I want it to go for a long time and take your time. It's hard to say because the work that I do, so I do set design and I do art direction.
Yeah.
I work in 3 parts: pre-production, production, and then after that wrapping up. It really depends on the scale of the project. So that's why I can't even say like, 2 to 3 a month or whatever.
It's not fixed, right?
It really isn't.
Right, okay.
If you want to, I feel like if anyone wants to do art in Singapore, it's not for the faint-hearted. If we choose to do art, it's a choice. Nobody put a gun to our head. It's going to be an uphill climb. It's going to be steep.
Yeah.
But if we chose it, then we're going to make changes and we're going to have to do stuff that, we look at other people and we're like, kind of want that too, or you're like, But what really got me through my first few years was I kept telling myself, keep my head down and just keep doing the work. Keep my head down, do the work. We want to enjoy the process and the craft. We want to get good at it.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not thinking, even right now, I'm not thinking about wanting to get big. I want to get good at what I do.
Yeah, I feel the same way, honestly.
Yeah. And I think it's because we're thinking big picture. We're thinking long term because we love it.
Yeah.
It's big picture. We are not going small. If I'm going small, then I'd rather give tuition, I earn more money. The stress is, because the beauty of having so much control over your own career, the flip side of it, it's
you can go anywhere.
the stress, right? Is that if I don't get out of bed, nothing will move.
Yeah.
Because
there's no one moving you, right?
Yeah, and then I think about my mom that I take care of, and it does get heavy.
How does she see you as an artist? Like, does she?
For her,
That's quite
for
interesting.
the older generation, they need to see like me in the papers, me on the news.
Yeah.
Then but for me, it's if I can pay the bills, if I'm healthy, if my mom is healthy, if she has her needs covered, then I think I'm happy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Thanks for
enough
sharing
me.
that. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for sharing that.
Yeah. So, what are your plans?
I think currently I don't have anything that's too concrete. I just want to continue creating and building that body of work for myself and also for people to see. So, you know, if it's something that they would like, and then I would be able to collaborate. I think one thing that I have taken an interest to is to create illustrations or packaging work for brands for one campaign. So I think
Right.
like that's interesting because you could have a creative flair, but it's not at the same time permanent.
I think there are two things that you might find useful. One is to stay open. Secondly, is to keep looking for where you can be useful at. Stay open, so go meet people. And whoever you meet, allow yourself to be open in the conversations in the community.
Right.
At the end of the day, our work involves people.
Yeah.
If you live in a bubble, in a cave, then okay lah, we don't need to talk about it. Then don't need people skills lor. But like it or not, we live in Singapore and we keep talking about how small Singapore is. You know, that's why I love school, because I felt like I paid the money, right? Not just for education, but for the network.
I 100% agree.
Seniors, juniors, all end up in the same
Yeah,
industry.
school to network.
Yeah.
So like my lead-up question to this would be like, what are some of the skills that you think for you, and possibly for people like me would be important?
Empathy.
You know? Empathy. Yeah.
For others and for yourself. For others, in the clients or other artists who are also struggling, we never know. Some artists, even if they come from let's say a more well-to-do background, they are suffering with other things we don't know about. We empathize because it's a lot easier to compare and then we get angry and get resentful. But just try to empathize. Clients too. And then empathize with yourself that, you know, you're here, you just started, you're trying to take this seriously, you're trying to love, you're just trying to do your best. And then also keep looking for where your work can be useful. Like you were saying, right, illustrating for packaging and all that. And then you find yourself, okay, I think there's a place for me here in my work to make this better, that I can be of use.
Yeah.
Look for things like that. They might not be, you know, it doesn't have to be like we have to wait for a paying client to come. We can always start with having fun first. You know, look at something online that you want to improve. Or, you know, there's a packaging that you always see it and then you're like, let me think of how can I mess this up? How can I make it different? How can I have fun with it? Do it, and then, you know, put it out there. Not for validation or whatever, just put it out there and then see how that feels first. It might scare you, you might not even want to put it out there, I'm saying. Or you might put it out there and then you feel good. But staying open and looking for where you might be useful, it will pay off. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think this has been a very rigorous conversation.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I hope you know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
You really aren't. But find your people.
Yeah.
Find your people, stay tight, and keep trying. Because trying is not just about getting good. It's not about perfecting, it's not about not failing. We are trying just to get to know ourselves a little bit better. That's it.
So I'm actually very heartened to have had the opportunity to talk to Yang today. I think I appreciate that she was really very candid in sharing her experiences with me. I think after today's conversation, I have doubled down on some of the many thoughts that I've had as an artist, because these are very pressing concerns and I reflect on them all the time, whether I really want to be an artist in Singapore full-time. I think after talking to Yang, she confirmed some of my convictions, and at the end of the day, it still is about working very hard and putting yourself out there, creating that body of work, but at the same time reminding yourself what you are doing and what you're creating for. But I think that one thing that really stands out is to work hard. Yeah.